Hey everyone, I'm here with great friends of mine, the fantastic Brad and Rebekah Bichelle, amazing friends and just really great worship leaders and songwriters. And in a minute I'm going to tell you how you can win one of their brand new, amazing, incredible CDs here, The Things of God. So thanks for joining us here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so let's dig in a little bit just about this new album. First of all, why did you decide to call it The Things of God? Sort of like what's the heart behind this particular project?
The Things of God just came out of it came out of a time period for me where I was just learning what it meant to put away the things of this world and to truly press into what God wanted us to do. And they come, a lot of the lyrics in there come from the fruits of the Spirit, but just a desire to see the things of God more prevalent in my life than the desires and things of this world.
Yeah. That's awesome. Rebekah, anything to add to that?
I think it just kind of builds off as well of the past CD, the one we love. And how God reminds us to turn that around into loving the ones that He loves, the lost of this world. And that theme is really prevalent in the song, The Things of God. Just talking about His character and the attributes that He fills us with when we let Him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's like a really important message, because there's just so many distractions, in our culture, distracting us from God, from the things of God, and like centering our hearts upon who He is. So that's really, it's a unique theme. Whenever I saw that title, I was struck by it. It's really cool. So what are some like unique features about the album, as far as the recording process or instrumentation for people that haven't heard it and maybe even haven't heard of you guys before? Like what's unique about this album and the songwriting, recording process?
Well, as far as instrumentation, you'd have to check with our producer, Ben Gowell, because I'm still not quite sure all that went on each track.
He's the genius.
Yeah, he is. We got all of the stems for live production, and we were just amazed listening through some of the things that are on there. I think the biggest thing for this album versus the last one was we had a producer all the way through. Last time we were privileged to work with Ben in the studio, but this time he was in charge of everything, and that yields a lot of different things. From just you have to trust in who you're putting these songs in your hands, and then let him do his thing. And there were times when I was like, no, I want to hear this, and he's like, nope, okay. And in the long run, it turned out great, But that was something just learning to, from the last album, it was art direction a lot of the time, and Ben was great with supporting that. But this, it was the direction of, our songs in the hands of the producer to get the best product.
Yeah.
So I think it was good.
That probably frees you up too as the artist, to not have to worry about a lot of the details, but to focus upon the songs, and
it's a weird feeling because you're sitting in the studio going, I feel like I should be doing more right now, but I'm just sitting here and they're just recording my song.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but it's nice to know that you have all these people, invested in what's going on at that moment in that song.
Yeah.
Different ideas and creative pieces.
Yeah. Awesome. So you guys have released like, what has it been, like 4 or 5 albums together? Or
3 full length.
3 full length. Okay. So, talk about your process just as songwriters. Maybe, Rebekah, you can kind of shed some light on this. Just, with releasing an album every year, every couple years, you're probably constantly writing, constantly working on songs. And I know a lot of songwriters go through, seasons of just creative block, where they don't have anything coming out. How does this work for you guys as songwriters and artists?
Honestly, Brad does most of the writing. And I can tell you a lot of the writing that I observe that he does happens a lot of times during a time of worship.
Yeah.
In a corporate setting where maybe the singing has died down a little bit and it's just kind of like his heart starts singing. and a new song just comes out of that. And I've experienced that as well, but I wouldn't call myself a songwriter necessarily. I'll let you talk about the creative block. I've seen that as well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, that's a big starting point is those moments. They're also frustrating as anything else because you're playing and you're singing and then you're like, where am I going to write this down? Where's paper? Where's anything? Are you recording this? You know, and next thing you know, it's gone. But I wrote a couple things down. One is just, always be ready to write, to have some form of writing medium available. I know the first track on the CD, I can tell you exactly where I was when I wrote that, and I was in the mall. And I'm literally standing behind one of those, information kiosks, singing into my phone, is anyone looking? Is anyone looking? And it's just, silly things like that, but, then being able to have that at a later point, take it and work on it, was great, because otherwise I would have been gone from the mall and forgotten everything.
Yeah.
Yep. That's just a big thing, is to have something that you can always write on, whether it's just a notepad or, for me, I like writing lyric and melody together, so I always keep my phone on me and I can just sing it right into there.
Yeah.
And just a time, set time to write, whether it be once a week or a month. Even if you're not feeling creative, it's just kind of forcing that habit to build is good. You talked about blocks and seasons. That's a big thing, like learning to find when is a good season to write.
Right.
Not that that's the only time, but in those times that you're trying to write and sit down and work on songs, finding, hey, okay, in March, that's a really good season for me, or every 4 months it seems to be a really good season.
Yeah. Just
taking note of that, and maybe that's when you plan extra time to work on new songs or, current songs that you're working on. For me, I've given up finishing a song to finish a song.
Yeah.
Just letting a song take time is sometimes the best thing. I know one of the songs, Compelled by Love, on this record, I started writing that before the last CD was done. And I wanted to, actually before the last CD was even recorded, and I wanted to put it on there just as a chorus. And I think it was Ben that was like, nah, let's just leave it off. but it gave me that time to really hone the song and work it out, and now it's a song. It's not just a chorus, but it had its time to really come together, versus just, there was a great chorus, but it didn't go anywhere because it wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And then just being able to show your songs to people you trust. I show my songs to Rebekah all the time. Yeah. And
it's good that you trust your wife like that.
Yeah. She's very open to critiquing it and editing it gently. I'm horrible with grammar, so that's a good thing that she's much better than I am. Even showing them to Ben, I show them stuff to you sometimes, and just, okay, I trust this person. Here we go.
Right. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm super pumped about this album. It's anything you guys ever put out is always high quality, and the songs are very what's the word? Just doable for churches. Just very easy to sing, and great melodies, great stuff. And so the details will be below this video, guys, for a chance to win one of these brand new CDs. Amazing stuff. So thanks for taking the time to chat, and hopefully we'll catch you on the road sometime soon.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.